Outcome-based education has four components. One is curriculum and teaching, learning, and assessment and outcomes. So, as per outcome-based education, we are saying that we have a well-structured curriculum need to be aligned with as per the industry needs. That's curriculum design. And we have a better effective teaching learning strategies that engage the students, build competency. We have a better teaching learning activities need to be there. And we have an assessment. That the third component is assessment, a continuous assessment of learning. For the better appropriate methods need to be used for the better learning outcomes. Then at the fourth component, outcome-based education, achievements of desired outcomes of the continuous improvement. So the goal of outcome-based education is empowering learners to achieve a meaningful outcome and successful in dynamic world. That is the goal of outcome-based education. So by implementing outcome-based education, we have a holistic approach that focuses on what students should know and able to do and value by end of their learning experience. That is a holistic approach on outcome-based education. Outcome-based education has aligned with graduate attributes and professional competencies, GAPC 4.0. The graduates, after graduating, what are the programs they are offering implementing outcome-based education? They should have a graduate attributes and professional competencies as per a new framework of NBA. GAPC 4.0 is saying that we should have a complex engineering problems, then sustainability development goals, Indian knowledge system, and fourth one is holistic education and holistic development, multidisciplinary and entrepreneurship, social entrepreneurship and institutional development plan, and as well as multi-entry and multi-exit and rubrics. So GAPC, Graduate Attributes and Professional Competence, has 10 components. So we need to be built when you are undergoing any program for engineering. So outcome-based education has 5 pyramid policy we follow. One is paradigm, purpose, and premises, and principles and practices. So we have these frameworks, the framework for learner success. Whatever the framework we are using, 5Ps approach, it should be has 5 for the learner success. What they are going to be learned, then how they are going to be learned, then knowledge and competency, how we are building, then engineering, education, achievements, and students can have the same successful learning, clarity, expanded opportunities, high expectations and design. So 5P model is one of the successful pyramid model for learner success. Then outcome-based education has 3 pillars. One is curriculum, one is next one is teaching learning approach and evaluation. In curriculum, outcome-based education philosophy, we need to be designed, a curriculum need to be designed, and we have to use appropriate teaching learning methods, then appropriate assessments and evaluation methods. And process of outcome-based education, we need to prepare COD, course outline description, COD, and term work and evaluation process need to be defined. So these are the 3 pillar approach we follow. What are the advantages of outcome-based education if we implement for any institute? So the students are internationally recognized and global employment opportunities, more employability, innovative graduates, and improve the reputation of the institute, commitment and involvement of the stakeholders, and graduates to excel in efficiency and leadership positions. So these are the different advantages we get if we implement outcome-based education. Outcome-based education framework for Institute of Aeronautical we define such a way that outcomes are having hierarchy, development, and as well attainments. So we need to define vision and mission of the institute. Then we have to define a PUOs, program education objectives. Then we need to define POs. POs are already given by the Washington Accord. And PSOs has to program specific outcomes has to be defined with a program, course outcomes for each course. When you are implementing the outcome-based education framework, we should plan it, and we do it, then we check it and act it. Then second component in outcome framework is teaching learning process. We should have the different type of teaching learning process we need to implement. One is collaborative learning, and the pedagogy initiatives need to be there, and experiential learning, project-based learning and research-based learning and digital initiatives. So these are the different teaching learning process we can improve. We can implement. Then assessment methods. We have different assessment methods when you are handling the different courses. We should have continuous internal assessment and lab assessment, project review marks, and external assessment. And as well as we take the different feedbacks. At the end of the course, we take the course and survey. And then at the end of the program, we take the program exit survey. Then we'll take alumni and employer survey. So these are the feedbacks which are helpful to calculate the course attainment as well as the program attainment. And continuous improvement when you are learning, the quality of the learning, continuous improvement need to be taken care in the outcome-based education, and quality of teaching, learning outcomes, and monitoring the action taken plans need to be prepared. So at the end, the takeaway of outcome-based education framework they are saying is, it is not what you teach, it's what they learn. Outcome-based education is a student-centric instructional model which has a knowledge, skill, and attitude. Learning domains. We have a different learning domains like a cognitive domain, affective domain, and psychomotor domain. So outcome-based education profile, when you are preparing outcome-based education profile, so we need to be, program education objectives need to be prepared. We have to involve the stakeholders preparing program education objectives. Then program outcomes are need to be defined by the given by the Nation Board of Accreditation. Program-specific outcomes to be defined by the department. Then we have a learning domains. Then we have a knowledge and attribute profile. It is given by MBA. And engineering competencies, right? And as well as sustainability goals. When you are defining a program educational objectives, it has a 4 pyramid. One is program education objectives, POs and POs, and as well as PSOs and course outcomes. So the OB process, it is a continuous process. We have to define PEOs and POs and PSOs and COs. Then we need to be design a curriculum, learning experience, implementing teaching, assessment, measuring and evaluate outcomes, use the feedback for continuous improvement. And we have to involve all the stakeholders like student, parents, and industry experts, and recruiters. You need to be involved with all the stakeholders. So when you are defining a program education objective, usually 4 PEOs can be defined. First one is preparation and learning environment. The first PEO has to be focus. The second one is program education object, core competency has to be focused. And third PEO, breadth need to be focus, and fourth one is professionalism. So PO1 is very clearly saying that PO1 is engineering knowledge, and PO2 is problem analysis, PO3 is design and development of solution, PO4 is conduct investigation and complex problems, PO5 is engineering tools, and PO6 is the engineering the world, PO7 is ethics, PO8 individual and collaborative teamwork, PO9 is communication, PO10 is project management, and PO11 is lifelong learning. Program-specific outcomes are included subjective specific skills or generic skills, including transferable global skills, competency. So program-specific is prepared usually by the department based on their competency. How do you define course outcomes? Course outcomes are defined, consider the course content covered in each module of the course, and it focuses on learning that what results, and it is CO is a context-based one. What are the different characteristics of course outcomes? Course outcomes has the characteristics. One, course outcome has to have a clarity, and alignment, and measurable, and action-oriented, accessibility, and realistic, and simplicity. Course outcome we define our own formula. It should start with action work, behavior, and resulting evidence. OB implementation process in IRE, we define a vision and mission of the statement for the institute and as well as department. Then we define the program education objectives. Then we have to define program specific outcomes. Then roll up the knowledge and attribute profile and engineering competencies. And as well, we have to define course outcomes, then mapping with the POs to the PSOs, defining course outcomes with the Bloom's taxonomy for each course, map topics with the course outcomes, prepare lecture-wise lessons, plan of schedule, instruction schedules, define the pedagogy tools for course outcomes delivery, implementing and monitor, assess the continuous improvement. So these are the different 12 steps process we follow in IRE for implementing outcome-based education. Cognitive levels are lower order thinking and higher order thinking. So as we are Bloom's taxonomy, it has remember, understand, apply, analyze, evaluate, and create. So these we have to define for each cognitive level the action verbs. Knowledge and attitude profile, as per the new NBA framework, WKs are nothing but knowledge and attitude profile. So it was categorized into 4 categories: knowledge, problem solving, life activities, and skills. There are WKs are defined in such a way that foundation of the knowledge and application of the knowledge and ethics and professional values, knowledge expansion, and core and central theme. What is WK1 is representing a systematic theory base. What is WK1 is natural science. WK2 is mathematical numerical analysis. So we have, as per NBA, there are 9 WKs are defined. For attaining, as per our Institute of Aeronautical Process, we define indicators of attainment for all WKs. For example, WK1 has 1 indicators of attainments, WK2 has 8 indicators of attainments, WK3 has 3 indicators of attainments, WK4 has 3 indicators of attainment, WK5 is 6 indicators of attainment, WK6 has 3 indicators of attainments, WK7 has 4 indicators of attainment, WK8 7 indicators of attainment, WK9 4 indicators of attainments are there. If we see attaining each for a course attainment or program attainment, so PO1 is mapped with WK1 to WK4, and there are 15 indicators of attainments are mapped with PO1. PO2 has WK1 to 4, 15 indicators of attainments are there. PO3, WK5 has 6 indicators of attainments. PO4, WK8 is mapped and 7 indicators of attainment. PO5, WK2 and 6 is mapped and 11 indicators of attainments. PO6 have WK1, 5, 7. There are 11 indicators of like that. So indicators of attainments are mapped for each PO and as well as the POs. Then engineering competence, and in the new NBA framework, engineering competence is taken at the new age. So we have to build the engineering competency based on we have to apply the engineering competence. 12 components are there. So what are the engineering company are preparing each student to fill the gap between industry and academia. So their students should have a good active learning, collaborative learning, and contextual learning, and feedback and reflection and experiential learning. These are different pedagogies we can implement for building engineering competencies. So engineering competencies, we have 12 engineering competencies as defined by National Board of Accreditation. One is EC1 is talking about depth of the knowledge required. PC2 is talking about depth of the analysis required. EC3 is talking about design and development. EC4 is engineering competency 4 is talking about range of conflict and requirement. EC5 is talking about infrequently encountered issues. EC6 is protection of society. EC7 range of resources. EC8 extension of stakeholders involvement. EC9 extension of applicable codes and legal and regulatory. EC10 interdependency. EC11 CPD. EC12 judgment. Apart from that, the new NBA framework very clearly is saying that we should have a term when you are term and self-learning. So the pyramid is very clearly saying that each student has the ability of active learning and passive learning. So in active learning, so we teach and we practice and we demonstrate. So how much percentage and passive learners, they listen to videos, reading, audio visuals and audio visuals. There are different self-learning components we define as per new NBA guidelines. One is we give home assignment, program assignments, definition terminology, we conduct hackathons, work-based learning, and seminars and presentations, course projects and complex engineering problems, open-end expo problems, technical visits, laboratory exercises, design and exercise implementation. Then we conduct the workshops, then we do the group projects, case studies, and then we conduct quizzes, then fieldwork, demonstrations. Sustainability goals. So sustainability goals, there are 17 goals need to be. One is no poverty, zero hunger, good health, quality education, gender equality, clean water and sanitation, affordable and clean energy, and decent work and economic growth, industry, innovation and infrastructure, reduce inequality, sustainability, responsible consumption and production, and climate actions, life below water, life on land, peace, justice, and strong institution, partnership for the goal. There are 17 goals. We need to be, each course has to be aligned with some of the sustainability goals. So usually the sustainability goals has people, planet, and prosperity, and peace and partnership. So if we see the correlation we build as per the NBA framework, the PO1 should have mapped with EC1 and as well as WKs, and the sustainability should have assessment. Assessment after implementing the framework, how do you assess the course outcomes and as well as the program outcomes? So we have different methods are used for learning outcomes. One is assessment through the evaluation. One is we conduct CA, continuous internal assessment, alternative assessment, end semester examination, then we conduct laboratory experiments, then we conduct different feedback, course exit survey and program exit survey and alumni survey and employer survey. We have a governing bodies like course expert team, we have a PAQC team and a DAB, Department Advisory Board, and faculty meetings can be there. The methods we can adapt through the different professional bodies like IEEE. Course outcomes process, we have to define course design, course outcomes, then course of mapping need to be done. We have indirect weightage, indirect and direct weightage. Then finally we come up with the course attainment as well as PO attainment. Outcome-based assessment process, we have a direct assessment process, and as well as in indirect assessment process, we give weightage for calculating course attainment, some indirect and as well as direct assessment process. Like that, PO and POC attainment, we give weightage of 80% for the direct assessment and 20% for the indirect assessment. So indirect assessment, usually we conduct CIE and end semester weight results are taken consideration. And 20% indirect assessment, we do program exit survey and alumni and employer survey. So for implementing outcome-based education, as per our process, we need to be prepared. Course articulation, course mapping need to be done. Course COs are mapped with POs and PSOs. And then after that, we have to prepare a mapping of COs, POs to the WKs. Then we calculate the indicators of attainments. Then how much percentage of COs to PO percentage is going to be calculated. Then we convert into the 1 to 3 scale. 1 to 3 scale. Then this is a formula CO attainments we use. The number of students reached to threshold in answering question by number of students attempted in 100. And overall attainment for 30% we take weightage and 70%. Finally, we calculate that. So PO attainment also in similar way, same we do the PO attainment. IRE has one tool called SLO. We define SLO. SLO has a different features. When it is a digital supporting outcome-based education platform,